I think Carter's going through like the stages of grieving right now. Because he's really angry today. Last night it felt like he was just sad. Today he's really angry, and I just had to click record and then unclick record 3 separate times because of things that he said. So I'm just gonna throw it to you, Cart. Michigan State hosting Rutgers on Sunday, must-win game for sure. How you feeling, my friend?
Uh, Looking on the bright side, I guess one might say, a perfect time to get back home to the Breslin Center, the friendly confines, and a great time to get home and play Rutgers at home. I'm not very impressed with Rutgers outside of the rack. I'm also not very impressed with Michigan State anywhere, but I think that them playing at home should mean a lot. Um, but at the same time, this is anytime we play a team that I think has a functional big man, I always am reluctant to feel good about us winning. So I would put Cliff Amarui in the functional big man role. And, it scares me that we're coming off a game where we couldn't make any bunnies. And now the bunnies that we weren't able to make might get sent into the zone by Cliff Amarui. So there's definitely some worries in this game, but I feel good about Michigan State getting back at home in the Brez and hopefully being able to get on track because look, the record is what it is. We're 1-4 on the Big Ten. We're 9-7. That's about as stinky could get. My own dog wouldn't even look me in the face this morning, and I didn't blame him. And we got to rip off some wins here. Like we have Rutgers, then we have Minnesota, both at home. Then we go on the road to Maryland, which doesn't matter where you play Maryland, bad basketball team. And then we travel to the Kohl Center. So we need to find a way. Honestly, we need to find a way to go 4-0 for me to feel really good. But like I'll just take 3-1 in these next stretch. But obviously, you can't do that unless you win the first one at home against Rutgers.
Yes, this is true. That's objectively a fact. You said a word I want to go back to. You said the returning to the friendly blank. Michigan State's back in their friendly blank. Could you say that word again?
It's supposed to be confines. I said confines.
You did. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Friendly confines of the
Okay.
Breslin Center.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. So I'm sorry. Can I give you a bit of good news? Can I give you a piece of good news?
Yeah,
Michigan State has never lost to Rutgers at the Breslin Center. Not one time in program history.
really. I remember when that used to be the thing for Northwestern until Boo Booey came in.
That's a pretty nice piece of good news, though, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Can I give you some bad news?
Yeah.
Michigan State has lost 3 of the last 4 against Rutgers.
Oh, okay. So
Uh,
that kind of balances out.
yeah, I mean, just the whole like AJ Hoggard, Malik Hall era thing. Like, how did those guys do against teams in the Big Ten? Usually not well because they're who they are. Yeah, 1-3 against Rutgers in the last 4 times these guys have played them in their careers. So what are you gonna say?
If we lose this game, the season's over.
I don't think that's crazy.
The season. Okay. Also, if the season isn't over, it's over for me. I'm checking out.
I feel worse about it now that you added that caveat to it. I think the season's over if you lose this game. I don't think the season should be over just for you. Like you should have to persevere, don't you think? I have to
People,
persevere.
people want to. No, I'm sick of persevering.
Run for the grind.
Yeah, I'm done.
I gave you outs, man. I tried to get you to say the INI in the Illinois video. You won't do it. So I don't know. We got to
I
take
don't
your
even
shots
like
somewhere.
basketball anymore.
Yeah, you do. All right, let's talk about the specifics of this game. Because history is one thing. Michigan State should beat Rutgers at home, no matter who the players are. But this Rutgers team is a bad version of the past couple Rutgers teams we've seen. Like going back the last 4 years, they actually have been pretty good. Like Steve Pikiell's had teams in the top 30, top 40 on KenPom pretty consistently. This year's team is all the way down to 86th. I don't think there's much to be impressed with. Now, they've had a couple big results. The win over Indiana at home, where they really just kind of like stifled them defensively, was good. Indiana's also stinky. And then Seton Hall looks really, really tough to beat at home, and Rutgers marched right into Seton Hall's home gym and punked them. So, like UConn hasn't been able to do that. The best teams in the Big East haven't been able to do that, but Rutgers was able to do that in a rivalry game. So we know that they are something. Like there is at least a pulse there. At the same time, at their worst, it's been ugly. They opened the year losing to Princeton on a neutral. They got blown out by Illinois at the rack, blown out by Wake Forest at Wake Forest, lost to Ohio State and Iowa on the road last week. So I don't think there's much to be inspired about with Rutgers. With that said, elite defense, like very elite defense, and it all comes back to Cliff at center. Michigan State pretty consistently, first possession of the game, has been throwing the ball to Madi Sissoko lately. They going to do that this game against the best defensive center in the Big Ten?
Staring one, we were staring 1-4 in the face. We were this close to it. And my dog, my Hall of Fame coach, said, let's set the tone. Cross screen for Madi.
Didn't work out, did it?
No.
Okay. Can we do the players game? What Rutgers players would you take on this Michigan State team if you're schoolyard pick'eming them? Tyson Walker's number one because he's always number one. Then where do you go?
The thing is, in this game, I'm probably still picking like 4 or 5 Michigan State players. Rutgers stinks.
Yeah, personnel's not really there, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not.
which should inspire confidence for Michigan State. The names I would consider if I were thinking about it, you could throw Derek Simpson in the mix. He's had an up and down season. I think he's really come on lately, but still not great. He's only shooting 34% from 2-point range on the year. Hyatt and Mag are both really good role players to me. Like, I think if you could sub in Hyatt or Mag in Malik Hall's role, I think Michigan State gets better, but I wouldn't necessarily like run to the finish line to try and claim those guys. And then outside of that, it's like Noah Fernandez, Jamichael Davis has played a little more lately. Gavin Griffiths has really been benched after a good start to the year. But now, as I'm going through those names, is there anybody you feel that you would take over like Jaden Akins as the third best player on Michigan State?
Probably not, no.
Okay, so then this really becomes a must-win game if we agree Michigan State's personnel is like that far ahead of Rutgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, can I do a quick like how frustrated are you with this person check?
Yeah.
Let's just go down the list. How frustrated are you with AJ Hogard?
Like, how do you want to scale this?
You can scale it however you'd like.
I'm like, honestly, I'm only like a 5 with AJ right now, like a 4 with how he's played. I really actually think he's been pretty solid the past month. He missed a lot of bunnies last night, but I'm for the most part, like I'm good with AJ. So it's like 4 or 5, 4 most likely.
I'm with you. I think AJ's been very good actually. And after how bad the start to the season was for him, he had 3 straight games in single figures to start the year. He has had every single game since 13 straight games in double figure scoring. So like at least the production's there. He's never done that in his career. Um, with that said, I do fear a little bit that like AJ is the guy. Everybody keeps saying Michigan State needs a guy who is just gonna like be the hero to like put this team on his back and carry them to the tournament. I'm really afraid that AJ's trying to be that guy because if AJ tries to be that guy, I think it goes horribly for you. Like, I don't want any more 19 shot attempt AJ Hogard games.
Yeah, me either.
And that's scary. Tyson Walker, are you frustrated with him at all?
1.
Is he healthy?
I don't. I feel like I don't know. He might be that shin thing that he had yesterday actually looked like it hurt really, really bad. But like he was moving okay though. So yeah, I don't know. He's a smaller stature gentleman, so he definitely takes his bumps and bruises. But yeah, 1.
Okay. Jay Nakins?
Uh, Probably an 8.
You want to elaborate on that one or no? You just want to move?
I just don't think he got any better from last season. If anything, he's gotten worse.
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure. Malik Hall.
10,
Any
9,
any additional commentary?
that range.
Up
Freeze.
there. Okay. Okay. I'm back. Any commentary on that?
I said I'd probably put him at like 9-10
Yeah.
is where I put him. I'm very frustrated with his play.
Okay. Madi Sissoko.
Honestly, like a 2.
Yeah, he's been good. He's been really good.
Yeah, he's been Madi.
Yeah, he's been really good. Carson Cooper,
Also 3.
like he's Carson.
Yeah, it's Carson Cooper. Like I'm not gonna get mad at him for being himself.
Troy Holloman.
Mm, honestly, probably like a 3.
He's himself.
Yeah, he's himself.
Colin Carr.
I'd say 6.
Oh, interesting.
I think he could be a little. I thought he would be better defensively and on the glass than he is, and I don't know if he's only. I think he's owning. He needs to hone in on that a little bit more, and I think he just needs to kind of just find a groove. I'm not necessarily. I feel harsh saying that, but yeah, I think I'd go with like a 5 or 6.
Okay. I'm a little surprised by that answer, but I think I agree with it as you talk through it. I could be very wrong on this, but he feels like a guy to me that where we get to like actual must win territory, like say it's the final week of the season and Michigan State needs to go 2-0 to make the NCAA tournament. I would place money that Cohen Carr gets a DNP coach's decision in that game. It's trending the wrong direction. And I think that's very sad from all involved on how it is trending in that direction because he should be able to give this team more minutes than that. Um, Xavier Booker, are you frustrated at all with him?
Hard to be frustrated with him when he's on the floor, but it is partially his fault, I think.
Yeah.
So I'll go with a 4.
Okay. And then Tom Izzo,
10.
10 out of 10.
10.
Want to give some commentary on that one?
He made a bed full of nails, and when I lay on it, it hurts.
Okay. Let's do your game. You wanted to do this last week. Who shows up for Michigan State in this game?
Ooh, who shows up? See, I think Malik Hall is going to be pretty stagnant in this game. I think Mag and Hyatt can match up with him. I think we get a massive backcourt game, like AJ Hogard and Tyson Walker combined for like 50 points.
That'd be awesome. I believe it.
I think that's what they get.
I don't think Derek Simpson can do anything to either of those
Yeah,
guys. Yeah.
same here.
Yeah, agreed. How many points combined do Madi Sissoko and Carson Cooper score on Cliff in this game?
7.
Seems high to me,
Yeah.
but I don't think you need it to win the game. But Cliff's an eraser. I will say I think Michigan State's going to have to hit shots from outside in this game, but I expect them to. I think this is a big time bounce back. I do believe in this team's shooting after the horrible start to the season, and yeah, after just honestly the part of the Illinois game that which I don't think we said enough in the recap was like they just missed some really good looks. Like that wide open Jaden Akins one late just doesn't go in. And I think you're going to make those shots at home. So I've been wrong before. I thought Michigan State was going to blow out Wisconsin at home. Didn't happen, but I do get the sense that Michigan State should win this game comfortably. Ken Palm has Michigan State by 12. Seems a little high, to be honest to me, even though I like Michigan State to win comfortably. It seems like a high number against an elite defense. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I take Rutgers to cover.
Okay, but Michigan State to win?
Yeah.
It's a stay away from me because I think it ends up being double digits. I don't think this is gonna be like a 20-point blowout or anything, which is what I would need to bet that number comfortably. So
Yeah.
probably a stay away from me. Michigan State should win though. Last couple of things. Can I get a dog check from you? A dog check. Last night you affectionately referred to this team as a team full of losers. I sent you a couple tweets that caught my eye, of course, from the fan base. Don't want to hold you accountable for the fan base, but once again, saw a lot of like, well, Adrian Payne and Brandon Dawson hit each other in the locker room. That's how hard they wanted to win. So what's the dog level at? Is this team wanting it or are they not? What needs to change?
This team wants it. This team is constructed of some bad basketball players.
Okay. All right. So we don't need like a locker room altercation and to prove how bad they want it and then everything turns around.
No.
Got it. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, that's the point. I'm sorry. I'm being a dick about it, but like the point is who the players are. The point isn't like how they're wired mentally. I'm sorry. Because Tyson Walker's a killer. Like, you can't sit here and say this team doesn't have any killers. This team doesn't have any. They have Tyson effing Walker, man.
Yeah.
He's one of the.
They have one singular killer.
He's one of the 3 baddest dudes in the sport, though. So like, we're not coming after the game to be like, oh, his team doesn't have it. Like they have a guy that does that, and you're not going to have a team full of 7 guys that do that. You just have to have good players, good complementary players around the guy that does that, and this team unfortunately doesn't right now. But long season left, which leads me to my last question: is this team going to make the NCAA tournament? Yes or no?
Barely, yeah. Right now.
They're going to get there. Okay.
Barely.
How many games do you think they can lose? Somebody was saying this to me. So they got, let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 games left in conference play. They're 9-7. So you would think if you go 10-5, you finish the regular season 19-12. Assume picking up a loss in the Big Ten tournament becomes 13. That seems right on the edge. And the only other thing I'd add, you don't have a ton of quad 1 win opportunities left because of how bad this conference is. Like, I know everybody's saying like, oh, the schedule opens up and you need to rack up wins. I would argue you kind of need quality wins. Like, yes, you need to get to a certain number, but right now your only win that's going to hold up great is Baylor. That's the only one. And if you end the season like 1-6 in quad 1 opportunities, that's not tournament resume. So the big games to circle are at Wisconsin, at Purdue, maybe home to Ohio State, home to Illinois. That's it. Like the rest of these are all going to be quad 2 or lower. And yes, that means you can win a lot of them, but at a certain point, you got to win some big ones. What do you think the number is though? Is 15-5 firmly in the tournament or 10-5 the rest of the way firmly in the tournament?
I think that would get us to the opportunity that we would have to win 1, maybe 2 games in the Big Ten tournament to feel good about getting in.
Okay. So 11-4 is like the number you would circle to be like, I feel really good. You get to 20-11 in the regular season, and you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
11-4 just seems so hard for this team right now, though, man. Like I know the schedule opens up, but
my brother, I think 2-9 sounds hard for this team right now.
I'm looking at these games. Like at Wisconsin seems tough. Home to Illinois is a toss up. At Purdue is very tough. You can say what you want about Indiana, but like Indiana senior night at Indiana is not an easy win. Yes, you should pick up 2 against Michigan. Yes, you should pick up 2 against Minnesota, but like this program's been very bad on the road for the last couple of years. There's a lot of road games left, even against okay teams, that I wouldn't chalk up as automatic wins. So I think 11-4 is what you need to feel 100% in. 10-5, you're right, you're sweating, but I look at the schedule, man. I think like 9-6 would be really good for Michigan State. Like 9-6 seems difficult to get to. So we'll see. All right, a lot of season left. Hang in there. Go green, go white. Do you want to give me a woof woof? What happens if they lose, Cart? If they lose, are you going to be okay? This game?
I won't be okay.
I need a Michigan State win here. Like, I really need it.
We all do.
I think Rutgers needs it too. Like Rutgers needs a Michigan State win as bad as we do.
I think for the safety and concern of everyone around me and that I come in contact with, we need to win this basketball game.
Heichel's a nice enough guy. He might just give it to us.
Come on,
All right.
Pike.
Go green, go white. Woof.
Win the game, man.